Hi, this is Victor and welcome back to my math tutoring channel. In this video, we'll solve that sum, which is the sum between 1 and 48 of 2n plus 3 divided by n times n plus 1 times n plus 2 times n plus 3. And the technique that I will be using is partial fraction decomposition. Just to give you an idea about partial fraction decomposition, if you see in the denominator, there is only multiplication. So yes, I do have n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, but they are in between parentheses. So it is like anything in the parentheses is like one entity, and then I have multiplication among all entities. I can do partial fraction decomposition. So that sum, I can write it 2n plus 3 divided by n times n plus 1, n plus 2 times n plus 3 is equal a divided by n plus b divided by n plus 1 plus c divided by n plus 2 plus d divided by n plus 3. Just to give you a hint on how to do partial fraction decomposition, if I have the degree of the variable is 1, like n to the power of 1, so I can put a, b, c, d in the numerator, and then in the denominator I put each entity of my denominator apart. If I have, let's say, n squared plus 1, and so I have to, in my denominator, I have to the second power, instead of putting a, I will put ax plus b, an plus b in that case, because my variable is n. And if I have n plus 2, the second one, if my denominator was n squared plus 1 times n plus 2 plus c, I will use n plus 2, and then you will continue as I will continue doing the partial fraction decomposition for that problem. I have a lot of videos about partial fraction decomposition. Just look me up. It's Vic, the math tutor, one word, and then you can see partial fraction decomposition. I explain them in detail in my channel. So now I know that let's put a common denominator on the right hand side of my equality. So 2n plus 3 divided by the denominator equal, my common denominator will be n times n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3. This is n plus 3, and it is the same denominator here. Because it is the same denominator on the right hand side and the left hand side, I can get rid of the denominator. When it is the same, I can take it out. Yeah, so on the right hand side it become, let's take out this, it become a times all that, n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3 plus b times this, and this. Let's put bn, because bn times n plus 2 times n plus 3 plus my c, I would have this, that, and that. Because if I take the denominator divided by the common denominator, I will have whatever I have the second line. So my Cn times n plus 1, n plus 2, I'm not going to put it, n plus 3, plus dn times n plus 1, n plus 2. Let's move it a bit. Oops. This is plus 2, and I have my d, n plus 1, and n plus 2. That's it. So now let's multiply the parentheses. I would have 2n plus 3 equal a times, I will multiply those two parentheses, n plus 1 times n plus 2, it become n squared. N times 2 is 2n, 1 times n is n, so plus 3n, and 1 times 2 is 2. And that multiplied by n plus 3. And then I would have bn and I have a plus here. Let's plus bn, and I will multiply n plus 2 times n plus 3. So I will have n squared, and n times 3 is 3n, plus 2 times n is 2n, so plus 5n, plus 2 times 3 is 6, plus cn, and I'll multiply n plus 1 times n plus 3, so this is n squared, and I have 3n plus n plus 4n plus 3, and dn, I have n plus 1 times n plus 2 is exactly like this. The d is n plus 1, n plus 2, and here I have n plus 1 plus n plus 2. It becomes n squared plus 3n plus 2. Now I have to multiply this by the second parenthesis. I would have 2n plus 3 equal, and here if I multiply it together I would have a n 3, and then n2 times 3 plus a 3n squared, and then a 3n times n plus a 3n squared, and a 3n times 3, it becomes plus a 9n plus a times 2 times n is a 2n, and a times 2 times 3, it's 6a. We finished with the a, let's do the b, plus bn to the power of 3 plus bn times 5n is b5n squared plus b6n. And then let's do now the c, plus cn to the power of 3 plus c4n squared plus c3n, and there is a plus here, plus dn to the power of 3 plus d3n to the power 2 plus d2n. And now let's take the highlighter, and I have an to the power of 3 plus bn to the power of 3 plus cn to the power of 3 plus dn to the power of 3. So I can factor out n to the power of 3. So my equality become 2n plus 3 is equal a plus b plus c plus d times n to the power of 3. Now let's take another color here, and I have n to the power of 2, 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 n to the power of 2. So I can factor out n to the power of 2. I would have plus that 3, yeah? I would have a3n plus, I have a3n to the power of 2 plus a3n to the power of 2. Why do I have 2 a3n? Here I multiplied an times n, an to the power of 3, an to the power of 2 times 3, it's a3n to the power of 2, and then a3n times n. Oh, it's okay. So this will become 6 an to the power of 2, so 6 let's erase this. So it become this plus this 6an, and then I have b5n to the power of 2 plus 5b, so it's 6a, sorry, because I'm gonna put n to the power of 2 I'm gonna factor it out, plus 4c and plus 3d. Let's move it a bit. Plus 3d. And all that times n to the power of 2. Now I want to take to the power of n. Let's take that color or this. Done. So I have this and this with n, with n, with n, with n. So I have plus, it's the same color. Anyway, 9a, I took this, plus 2a is 11a. 9a plus 2a is 11a. So I'll put here 11. And then here I have this 6b plus 6b plus 3c, and I have this plus 2d to the power of n, and I have only the 6a here, plus 6a. So if I look at that, on the left hand side I have nothing with n to the power of 3. That means a plus b plus c plus d is equal to 0, because I don't have anything with the to the power of 3, and I have nothing that have to the power of 2, n to the power of 2. I don't have any coefficient with the variable n to the power of 2. That means my 6a plus my 5b plus my 4c plus my 3d is equal to 0. But I have coefficient 2 with the variable n, so that means all that is equal to 2, because it has a coefficient n. So that means 11a plus 6b plus 3c plus 2d is equal to 2. And I have 6a that does not have a variable n, and I have 3 that does not have a variable n. That means my 6a is equal to 3. That means my a is equal 3 divided by 6, which is equal 1/2. If I replace my a here with 1/2, so this, I will call it number 1, number 2, number 3. So formula number 1 would give me b plus c plus d, this is d, is equal minus 1/2, because a I brought it to the other side of the equality, it becomes minus 1/2. So if I want to isolate one variable, let's isolate my c. So that means my c is equal minus 1/2 minus b and minus d. And then if I replace a by 1/2 here and c by b, minus 1/2 minus b minus c, I'm sure you know how to do that. And you replace, you can find your how much is your c, how much is your d and b, and how much is your d. If you do that, you will find that your b is equal to minus 1/2, your c is equal to minus 1/2, and your d is equal to 1/2. I don't know if you want me to do one, but I'm sure you know how to do it. I'm not gonna waste the time doing that. So my sum that I put it here become the a with that, it's 1/2, so it is 1/2n, because I have a divided by n, and my b is minus 1/2, it was n divided by n plus 1. So this is minus 1/2 divided by multiplied by n plus 1, and my c is equal minus 1/2, and it was n plus 2, and my d is plus 1/2 divided by n plus 3. So my sum, the sum n equal 1 to 48 of 2n plus 3, I guess. Yeah, 2n plus 3 divided by n times n plus 1 times n plus 2 times n plus 3. I can write it sum n equal 1 to 48 of 1 divided by 2n minus 1 divided by 2n plus 1 minus 1 divided by 2n plus 2 plus 1 divided by 2n plus 3. I can separate it like this, my integral, and now I can factor out 1/2, and I will put it outside my sum, because if n equal 1 to 48, 1/2 won't change. So this will be equal 1/2 sum n equal 1 to 48, and then I can put here 1 over n, and then minus, let's open a big parenthesis here, 1 over n plus 1, and then I can put here minus 1/2 1 divided n plus 2, and I want to be plus, so I will put here minus 1 over 2 n plus 3. And I will close my big parenthesis. So if I want to work on this, when n goes from 1 to 48, I will put the 1/2 here. And the first term will become 1 divided by 1. The second of this one, of this one here. The second term is 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 3 plus 1 divided by 4 plus 1 divided by 48. Yeah? And here I have the minus, and I'll put big parentheses here, minus. I'm not gonna put the parentheses. Let's take out the parentheses from this one. Everything is gonna become minus. Because of the minus here, I have to multiply everything by minus. So I start n plus 1, yeah? So if n is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, minus 1 over 2, minus 1 over 3, minus 1 over 4, minus 3 till minus 1 over 48, minus 1 over 49. And I can close my big parenthesis. I realize I will have the 1 here, but plus 1/2 minus 1/2 plus 1/3 minus 1/3 plus 1 divided by 48 divided by 1 divided by 48. So everything will become, it's equal 1 over 2, 1 minus 1 divided by 49. So I finished with this. If I take the sum between 1 and 48 of this, I will put minus 1/2 here. And the first term is n plus 2. So when n equal to 1, I will have 1/3 here, plus 1 divided by 4, plus 1 divided by 5, plus 1 divided by n plus 2. I have 48, so I have to finish by 150. 1 divided by 50. But I have the minus here. I will minus times minus, that minus times minus is plus. So I have, okay, let's take out this parenthesis, and I put minus 1/2 outside. Actually, I should keep this parenthesis. So here I would have, when I take out my 1/2, I would have 1 over 3, yeah? So because I took the 1 over 2 here, I have to delete this too, because like I put it here. Those two is, that 1/2 is, I put it outside. I wrote 2 here by mistake. 1 n plus 3, so for n equal to 1, it become minus 1 over 4 minus 1 over 5 minus 1 over 50 and minus 1 over 51, because the maximum of n is 48 plus 3 is 51. So again, I have the 1 over 3, it stays. I have minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 5 minus 1 over 5 plus 1 over 50 minus 1 over 50. I will have 1 over 3 minus 1 over 51. So my sum, it become 1 over 2, 1 minus 1 over 49 minus 1 over 2 here, 1 over 3 minus 1 over 51. So this become 1 over 2. If I want to have common denominator is 49, and 49 times 1 is 49 minus 1, I close it, minus 1 over 2. If I want to have common denominator, I know that 3 times 17 is equal to 51. So I multiplied here by 17 and here by 17 to have a common denominator. So my common denominator become 51, and 1 times 17 is 17 minus 1. So here it become 1 over 2, 48 divided by 49 minus 1 over 2, 16 divided by 51. So if I want to multiply those two fractions, 2 times 49 is 98. So it becomes 48 divided by 98 minus 1 times 16 is 16, 2 times 51 is 102. And you do, you subtract those two fractions, and it become whatever, 102 times 98, and here it becomes 48 times 102 minus 98 times 16. And you can simplify your fraction, and that would be the final answer. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. That would help me tremendously. And if you push the like button, I would really appreciate it. Thank you for listening.